What is up, friends? Welcome back to another edition of The Drive presented by oddschecker.com. We are here for another PGA Tour year, or I guess to finish out the calendar year, because, I don't respect the swing season in terms of the calendar. The new season starts in the new year in Hawaii. Well, I'm looking forward to talking to you then. Until then, I'm still with my guy, Andy Lack, at ADP Lack Sports on Twitter. Andy, we're back. PGA Tour, shout out to you. Last time we spoke wasn't like the biggest odds, the biggest payday, but you made a great case for why Scotty Scheffler at those odds was actually incredible value at anything, even money, plus money to win the Tour Championship. You did it quite easily. Not really a moment of stress, truly. So congrats to you. Nice little funds for your pocket as football season has started. Oddschecker's got you covered. Use that grid all the time for my football bets as well. Not just golf, but Andy, we're back. It's Napa, familiar course. The Wives Major, as they like to call it, out in wine country. We should be familiar with the course. We should be familiar with what sort of winning score we should expect, but sort of fill us in on the player profile.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, this is a tournament that I've had a lot of success at in the past. I was there for the first Homa win and Sahith last year. So, I'm pretty locked into football myself too, Jeff. We're both huge NFL fans, but I always say, man, there's plenty of money to be made during the fall swing. The fall swing last year was my most profitable stretch
Crushed
of
it.
the entire PGA Tour season. I hit 3 of 7 winners. So, including 80 to 1, 50 to 1 in Sahith's first victory. So, and our big President's Cup, which we'll be back for doing a show, because I know you and I both have had a lot of success in the past in these team event formats. But yeah, I mean, listen, Napa, we've been going here for the last decade. It's not the best field, but we do have some pretty good names at the top. Sahith is back to defend his title. Kind of a tune-up, get right spot for Homa, maybe after the surprising President's Cup selection. Wyndham Clark and a couple international guys like Corey Connors and Mackenzie Hughes that are also hoping to round into form before the festivities in a couple weeks at Royal Montreal. It's wedges and putting, Jeffrey. I'm not going to spend a ton of time giving you, proximity stats or fall swing stats or West Coast stats. The formula that I'm looking for is fairly straightforward here. Bent grass, POA putting, proximity inside 150 yards, wedges and putting, wedges and putting. It's a super short, narrow golf course where everybody just seems to club down and you can't wield a huge advantage with a tremendous amount of power off the tee. Sahith Theegala won last year as a neutral driver of the ball, but he was second in putting. So wedges and putting, that's the name of the game for me. Have you made any bets this morning?
I made a bet. I'll just 80 to 1 early this morning, pulled the trigger. I really don't know what to do. I'll be exposed quite lightly. We're at the top with Sahith at 12, Wyndham at 12, Connors at 14 using that odds checker grid, Luke Clanton 14, Mav McNeely 25, Max Homa 25, Min Woo 25. So that's what we got under 30. And everything you said would kind of make me want Maverick McNeely. But part of me just wants to be like, I don't want to bet him at that number, and I'll just congratulate the people that have the courage to do it if he actually wins. Your thoughts on something like that?
On McNeely 25, I've I, I like McNeely from time to time. I've never bet him below 50
Yeah,
to 1, and
exactly.
I don't plan to
You'll
start
just
now.
like congratulate the guys who had the courage to make that bet if he actually
Yeah.
won. But I don't think I can be one of
No.
them. Under
No.
30 to 1, I'm really not that interested unless I decided to think this is just a Sahid like happy place.
Yeah.
That I don't like under 30 to 1. Have you made any bets?
No, I haven't. Although I will say, I do think Homa's going to show up. He was kind of off the charts in the final round at the BMW with his irons. Obviously, it's a familiar spot. He's gone first, seventh in his last 3 appearances here. He's the best West Coast player of the last 5 years. Like you just play home on the West Coast. And I think 22-1 when McNeely is 22-1
Yep.
is wild. I'm
That's
not,
indicative of what Homa's kind of been up to.
yeah, but I mean, this is a good buy low spot in my opinion, based on the course fit and what we saw from him. I don't claim to be the arbiter of success in golf betting. I've certainly done well for myself, but there's many ways to skin a cat. So I don't mean to besmirch anyone that bet Mac McNeely over Max Homa and a one tournament sample side. I very well could be proven silly if Mac McNeely kicks Max Homa's ass, but I can't for the life of me justify that.
I'll be honest with you. I don't want to bet either of them.
Yeah,
Like I
fair
just
enough.
because I don't like I agree with the point of comparison. Who would I rather bet to win a golf tournament? Sure, I guess Max Homa 25-1, as low as 18-1 using that odds checker grid. But that doesn't, just because I don't want to bet McNeely doesn't mean I want to bet Homa either. So I actually see myself just really passing this entire range and uh you know, starting the 30s with Keith Mitchell, 33-1, his high number on the grid. A bunch of it, 40. Todd, Cole, Spawn. Spawn I'm seeing as low as 28-1, as high as 40. Patrick Rogers, if you trust him to make some putts, wouldn't mind him. And then English Hoagie, Hostler, Gim, Johnny Vegas. Like I'm just giving a whole tier. Mac Hughes, if you made me make a pick there, I'd be tempted to maybe bet Bo Hostler, Andy. Am I crazy? 50-1 using that odds checker grid, 45, 50-1. So there's a consensus number there. And if I trusted Tom Hoagie to make a putt, 45-1 actually doesn't seem bad at all for me.
Yeah, I don't mind the Hostler play at all. I think if there's any place to deploy Bo Hostler, it's here. He's had a
California
lot of
as well,
success on the
right?
West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the best pure putters in this entire field, particularly on these green surfaces. I made one bet at 50 and one bet at 40. I bet Brendan Todd at 40 and I bet Eric Cole at 50. The Cole number is now 40. I still don't mind the 40. Cole was the number one ranked player in my model this week. I would have bet him down to 35, 30. Um,
I mean,
you
based on
know,
how you teed up the player profile to win,
wedges and putting,
I
right?
can see why Eric Cole took some action this morning. But like you said, based on that path, I don't think 40 is unfair.
Yeah. I don't either. And I was actually surprised to see him open up at 50. I know that number got hit, but Geoff, those are the only two bets I made. Cole and Eric Cole and Brendan Todd. And I will add to that. I will have a full card. As you can see, my face is completely peeled because I decided for the no sunscreen look in Hawaii this past week.
Jeez. Yeah,
So
that's a look.
I hopped off a plane about at JFK about an hour ago. So I haven't had the ability to construct a full betting card as of now. But it'll be in the I'm sure it'll be in the caption of this video. We'll add to it. The only two bets I have now are Cole and Todd, and of the guys I'm swimming around for potentials. It may just be a bunch of bombs, Geoff. Like I don't know if I feel I'm probably higher on Homa than you are, but I don't know if I will still feel compelled to bet him 22-1. Svensson, Chan Kim,
Kuchar,
Meisner, Kuchar, just a bunch of
guys that fit that profile.
Bridgman I like at 80, Andrew Putnam
So now that
90.
we're here just naming kind of names, and I don't think we don't do that often. We're usually more of a purpose-driven name dropping. Andrew Putnam, 90-1, staring at that on the odds checker grid, as low as 40. Let me just 90-1 over at FanDuel, 40 over at Bet Rivers. So that just shows you, hey, I like Putnam, and if I play it, you're certainly going to play that 90. But it just shows you even the books, like they're really all over the map with some of this swing, this fall swing, whatever we want to call it. The bet I made, sometimes we get into the fall, Andy, and I'd rather just take my chance on a talent play than, some of these veterans who I believe I know what their best golf is. I bet Michael Thornbjornson at 80-1. The Stanford, the Stanford product should feel comfortable with the climate. It's just a pure ceiling like talent play.
Yeah.
After you explain the course, I could see why maybe it's not the perfect fit. nor was his like form total gangbusters. But that's one I was still willing to ride. And going a little farther, I mean, it's sad how I could end up just being committed to some no putt guys. I don't mind Justin Suh crossing 100 to 1 here, Andy. KH Lee 90 to 1. So some decisions to be made. But I've bet Thor Bjornsson, and I believe I am going to join the Eric Cole party. And
Join
Bo
me.
Hostler. Those will
Yeah.
be bet. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I feel will be in for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Cole is my pick to win the tournament as of now. So happy to have you on board with that one. And let's go back to back at the Fortinet.
Any like, I don't mean to drag this on, any like really long shot guys like magic putters
Uh,
that
da, da,
like
da.
Norlander. No, he's not a good enough putter, but
Where's Justin Lauer? 110. That's fine. Justin Lauer 110. What's Nate
Gary Woodland
Lashley?
was showing some life a
150
little,
for
but
Nate Lashley. Eh,
I don't
I
know.
think I think Jeff, I'd build stronger in the 50 to 100 personally. Um, with
That's where
some
I
of
could
those.
see literally like my entire 4 or 5 pack being
Yeah.
constructed
Yeah.
from.
I really like Chan Kim and Andrew Putnam if you want some more names. And Cooch. I like our boy Cooch too.
All right, Andy, that's about us. That's about enough from us for Napa. Should be a lovely one, a nice complimentary event to NFL season being in full swing. And the next time we speak will be the President's Cup that Andy mentioned. I'll be very excited when we're talking on that Monday, Andy, because I will be at Royal Montreal for that
Ooh.
entire week.
Do you
Looking
have any thought? What have you heard about the golf course? I haven't seen or read anything about the golf course yet. Is it like a accuracy bombers? Do you know anything?
I'd be lying. I don't want to
Yeah,
like fake it. No, but it looks beautiful. Looks
yeah,
absolutely stunning. It's one of the truly beautiful properties in all of Canada.
I
Montreal,
bet.
we know how to party in Montreal, so we will be partying in Montreal. But I look forward to talking about the President's Cup with you. Until then, let's hit a winner in the golf. Everyone keep enjoying football. Stay locked in for Odds Checker. Use that grid. Gets you the best of the number each time. For Andy, I'm Jeff. Smash that like button. See you in a couple weeks. President's Cup.